Welcome to February's Essentials, everybody. Have you got your cuppa handy because you know that the most important thing is you view this as you time. You are going to invest in yourself and make yourself feel so much better for the knowledge that you've got. So you can teach with confidence, you can teach with sheer enjoyment. And most of all, the thing I've been thinking about a lot recently is it's not about trying to fit everything in, it's about being connected. So your thinking, the more your teaching is connected, the more your thinking is connected, the less you have to teach, the less there is to learn, and the more time there is to learn it. So here we are in your essentials library. Remember, I've kept that word pathway there because it was pathway membership and you've had essentials added if you were pathway before for no extra charge at all. Let's have a look. You can see down the side here. I've labeled this February. So here we are. This is how I'm seeing it at the moment. When you look at this, the video that you're watching now will be here. And we have got one downloadable resource, but it is a biggie. Let's have a look here. So it's 15 pages of resources, which is why it's taken a little while to download. While it's downloading, I want you to make sure that you're aware of the start here section. And I might even move this out of the start here. But the planning for learning here is absolutely vital every single month that you use this, because the information I give you is going to put lots and lots of tools in your toolbox, but you then need to understand how to use those tools. And I'm going to do March this year is going to be a focus on planning, and I'm going to show you, talk you through these resources, but also show you how to plan in the medium term as well. Let's open them up and have a look. So the first thing with your lovely cuppa, remember, very important, just literally do what you do with a lovely magazine. Maybe you're like me and you start at the back and work forwards, but just have a little flick through, lots on circles. There was general knowledge on shape first, circles, all different kinds of circles, triangles, a bit further down, four-sided shapes. And as you can see, there are boxes throughout as well, so that this is actually a working document for you to record things in. So as always, we need to start off with your knowledge of what we call geometry in maths, which is, the same as shape. So have a look through here. I've got a little link here as well. You hover over it when you're on the PDF. Before you print it off, if you want to print it off, you'll see that that will actually take you to a link on the internet all about terminology. So that's what we call the etymology of the words. So if you want to know more, it's really interesting, particularly in shape, the names tell you what the shapes are. So polygon, originally meaning many knees in Greek, actually now became many angles. And if you think about the way your knee bends like this, and also your elbow joint, that's why it's angle. It's that pivot from this fixed point of two straight lines. It makes complete sense. The idea of tri in Greek meaning three. So we've got triangle, three angles. Then we've got a really important part about the issues around shape. In my experience, people, see if you can relate to this. People think shape is easier to teach. People feel more comfortable. People can get quite worked up about teaching number. And then they think, oh, shape's coming. Oh, thank goodness. And I felt like that. Honestly, people's shape knowledge is the worst of almost all maths. And we are living in what we call an unconscious incompetent state where we do not realize how dreadful our shape knowledge is. So then we have sections on circles. Remember, this is about me giving you the knowledge you need. This is not, oh my goodness, should I be teaching my 3 to 7-year-olds this? No. So then we've got the idea that you'll find from the previous page that a circle, we're talking about an enclosed space. We're describing the space as opposed to thinking about a circle having one side, which it doesn't. It's about this idea about an equal measure from a fixed point. So if we measure from that fixed point in the center of the cartwheel, the same distance in every direction, and then we enclose that space. That is what a circle is. Triangles, again, your subject knowledge first. Please note that none of my triangles here are sitting on a base. And that's not because that would be wrong, but it's because it's to really emphasize the point that in most posters, if not all, and most schemes and most textbooks, triangles are shown in one orientation. And then children learn to recognize the picture, not recognize the properties, which is what we want them to do. More information for you, an activity and a link to a video. Look, there's a little hyperlink there. It'll take you straight to my YouTube channel. Let's click on that. Then I've got a section on four-sided shape. When you have done work on this and you have created triangles using this approach, moving that on to then doing four-sided shapes is super easy because you basically just add another twig in or another stick in. So what I want you to be really aware of is that the whole point of Essentials is this is February. We've had our first introduction to the essentials of number. Number is massive, so we need to come back to that numerous times over the year. Then we've got our introduction to shape. And you're going to feel a conflict between what, if you're using a scheme, the scheme is asking you to do, and what you're doing with me. And you're going to feel like what you're doing with me isn't getting you to what the scheme is asking you to do yet. But I hope you can see what's happening is that scheme is skimming along the top. If it's even doing that, if it's not giving you the knowledge you need and you are not planning in a way your children will genuinely learn about shape, then it's going on a journey that is to the wrong place. What we're doing together is really deep and really meaningful. And you are going to move a tiny distance, as it were, but with massive depth. So what we'll do in our next part of our learning together is we'll look more at the definitions of those four-sided shapes and how we get into the idea of a subgroup called rectangles, which includes squares. So it's all about saying it's got this, so therefore it's a square, or it's got this, so therefore it's an oblong. But they've both got this, so therefore they're both rectangles. And because they've got four sides, they are quadrilaterals. And because they've got angles, they're polygons, and we're getting that bigger group. So I hope that this is going to be wow bomb filled. Remember that we have our live session together. If you can't make it or if you miss it, it's recorded and put in your library here as well. So no reason. The only thing that will stop you learning is not making time with a cuppa to watch it. 15 minutes, all you need.